Mic check, mic check. Mic is on. Not making that mistake again. Anyway, so this is part 2 of Knowing Yourself series. If you haven't seen part 1, go watch it, man. Go watch it. I'll put it there. And yeah, so in this video, I'll talk about 5 tools you can get to know yourself. And I know in the actual video I said I'll be talking about 4, but there's 5, so watch out for that. And I'll leave a few links in the description regarding the tools that I mentioned, so make sure to watch them. They're very, very, very important. So yeah, check them out, and as always, thank you for watching the video. I hope you like it, and I'll get out of your way. Peace. Two is how you can get to know yourself, and yeah, so let's get to it. Right, so part 2. The first tool you can use to get to know yourself is astrology. Now, don't shoot the messenger. Hear me out. Billionaires, some billionaires, philanthropists, business heads. Some of them have personal astrologers to consult to help them make decisions. Now, if they can, heed their advice. And presidents too. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, if they can take their advice and use it, I think it's definitely worth taking a look. Just to see for yourself. If just assuming that it is true, then that is a powerful tool at your disposal. So it's definitely worth a look. Now, so the astrology that I'm referring to is natal chart, not like horoscopes, like the ones you read in the newspapers. Like, nah, not that. I mean the natal chart, the astronomical configuration at the time of your birth. So you need to know when you were born, where you were born, and what time. And then you get a natal chart which shows all the inner planets: Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, and the moon as well, and the sun, of course, and a few others. And these correspond to a certain aspect of your personality. They tell you your challenges, your desires, your motivations, what you're good at, what you're bad at, what you need to work on to make this life a successful one. All that stuff. And of course it is a bit of an assumption if you do take his advice and believe it, but nonetheless you get good advice. And even if you don't believe it, listen, you can just get general good advice. I know you can get the ball rolling even if you don't believe it. Personally, I don't think it's the best method to get to know yourself. I think there are other methods. I have 3 others for you today, and I think I'll get progressively better. But anyway, there's quite a few methods of astrology. There's 13th sign, there's 12th sign, Western sign, there's Vedic Indian astrology, there's Chinese astrology, and all of these are different a little bit. And it is a bit of a problem that there's so many, but in my experience, the 13th sign astrology was particularly enlightening. Like, what I found out through it just blew my mind. Like, even to this day, it's just like, it's crazy weird, it's freaky. But yeah, so if I was to recommend you pick one, I'd recommend that 13th sign. Like I said, it just gives good advice. So yeah. So if astrology isn't your thing, which it may not be, I already know a few people who are against it. So don't worry, I've got 3 other methods you can use. And with that being said, let's get to number 2. Number two is experience. Of course, this is the truth. This is direct experience. This is your truth. And with this one, the best way to use this is observation. You need to observe. You need to observe not only your thoughts but your emotions, because these are particularly your emotions. This is your guidance system. This is your compass. It attracts you to certain things and repels you to certain things. So when you go through life, meet people in different environments, you've got to observe. What are you thinking? How are your thoughts corresponding to your feelings? Just to give you one example. So let's say for some reason someone says something to you and you become offended. If you get offended, what this reveals to you in your emotions is that to some degree you believe it, or you're worried about its belief. Because if someone, let's say you're really skinny and someone calls you fat, you just be like, you wouldn't be offended because you know it's the truth. But if you get offended by something, it means something somewhere deep down you think it's true, or you think it's bad. And if you do this, now don't cry about it, be glad, because if you didn't know, if this wasn't exposed by your emotions telling you what you believe, then you won't be able to heal it, you won't be able to integrate it and know so that it can't be used against you. Now this can apply in so many other things, how you react to certain people, certain things. This is showing you your emotional, this is your inner self speaking to you, your emotions, that's what they are. So if you heed their advice, you can learn a lot once again. And yeah, so you want to improve your observation, observe your internal compass. With that being said, let's move on to number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3. So number three is meditation. Now this is extremely powerful. I'm probably gonna have to make another video, a more in-depth video on this one. But this is linked to number 2, experience. So this is mainly observing. Again, meditation puts you in a state of relaxation, a state of ease, and in that state, you can observe better. You can be more clear, because when you're not in a state of calm and ease and relaxation, you're in a state of stress, and nothing good comes out of stress. You can't think straight, you can't see more. Like, put it this way, if stress is like this much view, relaxation is like this much. You get a wider scope. In that wider scope, you can see more and you can learn more about yourself, etc. So it's somewhat indirect, especially in the initial phase of meditation. It's an indirect way of getting to know yourself, but the more you do it, the more direct it becomes. Like I said, I'm going to have to make another video to expand on what I mean by that part. But yeah, a very powerful tool and directly related to number 2, which is experience. Yeah, let's move on to number 4. Right, it's starting to get a little dark. I hope that doesn't show too much. Anyway, so number 4 is MYERS-BRIGGS personality test. So there is research being done on this. The military, CIA, they use this to screen people, etc. And yeah, so there's truth to this. Basically what it is, I'll leave a link in the description so you can do a test. But basically there's 16 personality archetypes. They're based on like introversion, extroversion, sensing, judging, intuition, all that. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description, and you can get to know yourself a bit more. You get to know your, like I said, your strengths, your weaknesses, what motivates you, what you need, all that stuff. So it's good. But like I said, I prefer to go from within as opposed to interpret know from without. So with that being said, I'll give you the best method. I lied, there's five tools for you today, 5 nuggets, and this is the best one, so get ready. Right, number 5, as promised, this is the best method. If I was to recommend one method you do, it's this. It's lucid dreaming. Now, lucid dreaming is the direct link between your conscious self and your subconscious. It's the window, it's how they fuse together. And in a lucid dream, if you don't know what a lucid dream is, it's basically when you're aware that you're dreaming. So when you're in the dream, you get to see like your subconscious. You can communicate with it directly. You can ask it questions and it responds. So what you say, you can ask, what am I scared of? What are my desires? And of course, like a lucid dream, a normal lucid dream, you can do whatever you want in the dream. You can fly, all this stuff. But to the more specific on point, it's about learning yourself. You can ask anything about yourself, your subconscious, your unconscious, and you can get the answer. Yeah, this is the best one. I'm gonna make a future video on lucid dreaming. But yeah, it's the one. This is it. This is the one. Learn this. You won't be lost. Trust me. I think that's it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Special thank you to those who watch my other videos, who subscribe, who like, who comment. I appreciate it a lot. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you. Peace.